So I use, where I can, superior Roman operatives. Now, I think this guy here is superior Roman operative. Let's have a look at him. Yes, you see? He is superior Roman operative. Gives each one of those that you put on your ship gives you a 2% crit chance and 5% crit severity. Now where can you get those for Federation? You have to go to the embassy, the fleet embassy. Upstairs in the operations room there's a console that sells these. Now they sell them in uncommon, rare and very rare, and they're really expensive. You only need the rare. Do not get the very rare. Only need the rare, and you only want the one that's got superior Romulan operative. Unfortunately, there are only tactical ones available, which means this particular ship I can only have two, because I've only got two actual tactical slots. One of them is universal, but I'm using it for attack. The Romulans, they can get that superior Romulan operative in all careers, which means if this was a Romulan ship, they would all have that. Would give me another 6% crit chance there. You see, straight away. That's one of the built-in advantages of playing a Romulan character. Anyway, so what am I using? Tac Team, obviously. Tac Team is very good. It auto balances your shields far better than you can do it yourself. And it also can be used to give you other things, depending on which DOFs you've got on, Duty Officers. Like it might increase attack patterns, for example. Might include, in this case here, it increases Starship Energy weapon training for 10 seconds. Absolutely critical to have that on, unless you're in a very well shielded science ship. Maybe I do have a science ship, but I don't use Tac Team. Let's go, before we come to Kima site, let's look at the other bridge officer here. On the Lieutenant Commander, I've got Fire at Will 3. Oh, I've got Top Spread 3 on this. No, I got it the wrong way around. Fire at Will 3. Oh, Fire at Will 2. It's me. I'm getting old, I can't read. Fire at Will 2 or Top Spread 3. The problem with Fire at Will 3 and Top Spread 3 is they use the same slot, Lieutenant Commander. So on a ship like this one, you can't have both. You have to make a choice. Now, because this torpedo is so freaking epic on Torp Spread 3, I've obviously chosen to sacrifice a bit of Fire at Will for the Torp Spread. If I was going into DPS chasing on this particular ship, which I probably wouldn't do anyway, it's not really the right ship for it, I'd swap those two around, because your Fire at Will is always going to give you a bit more damage over time than your Top Spread 3. But this is a good setup and it's very impressive to watch. Coupled with that is the Chemocyte laced weaponry, which was a training manual available from the Zindi Terrestrial lockbox. Not very common drop, and hence the prices are quite expensive. It comes in 3 flavours, Ensign, Lieutenant and Lieutenant Commander, so Chemocyte 1, 2 and 3. Problem is, nobody wants to sacrifice Fire at Will 3 or Top Spread 3 for this stuff, which means that Chemocyte 1, which goes in the other useless Ensign slot, is the most expensive. So Chemocyte laced weaponry 1 is going to cost you a lot of EC, and we're talking around 60, 70, 80 million EC at this current time. But it's worth it. It enhances the weapons, it adds radiation damage, always on torpedoes, and 10% chance on energy weapons. When you're using 7 energy weapons firing at will, that happens a lot. Now, I'm also using on here some pretty standard stuff for to boost weapon damage. Emergency power to weapons 3 and Dem 3. Dem 3 is really important. It does a lot of additional damage, shield penetrating damage, and if you use it with the Duty Officer, Marion Francis Dulmar, you get a reduction of 200 200 weapon power, I believe it is. So, but that's an expensive duty officer. But it's, if you can get it, get that Marianne Francis Dulnar, working with Dem, and reduce your weapon power every time you use this. Emergency power to weapons 3 gives a good weapon power boost, weapon damage boost. You get 16.6% energy damage boost and plus 33 weapon power for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. That's a lot. Reverse shield polarity. It's quite handy if your shields are down and your hull is going down. This will basically protect you. It converts incoming energy damage to shield power, or to actual shield facings. So it rebuilds your shields for you. It will not necessarily always save you, because there are ways of penetrating your shields anyway. So if you've got a low hull, don't leave it till it's too late to put RSP up. With RSP up, once you've got it up, hit your engineering team, hit your hazard emitters, recharge your hull, get it back up there. And a nice one to keep running is transfer shield strength 2. I've always liked this one. It continually rebuilds your shields. It's not too long a cooldown. You've only got to wait 30 seconds or so before it's back. In 15 seconds it'll charge up your shields. Hazard emitters 1 goes without saying, you must have that. It clears all dots, that's damage over time, like plasma dots from the Borg. It's absolutely brilliant. No one should leave a space dock without hazard emitters. It would be a big mistake. Coupling emergency power to shields with transfer shield strength 2 is a very good idea. Those two work really well together. This one increases your shield strength, apart from giving you a reasonable regeneration on each face. It also increases your shield power for a while and reduces damage to shields. So these two together can keep your shields up quite a long time. If they still do go down, you've got your RSP to fall back on. Oxed power to inertial dampers is a nice one here. What it does is basically gives you a good kinetic damage resistance rating and flight speed increase. Okay, this works with duty officers, so we better start looking at those now.